Yes, got it jacked up and so on. I'm Colin Rock. I wrote Songs for Joss, which is the song diary. I wrote a song for Joss every year for over 40 years. And I was just trying to think. When I'm still on the ship, Sissy and I, my daughter Sissy and I, and we've just seen something about, amongst other things, the Queen and the Queen Mum. And it was quite interesting because Joss quite liked the royal family. She often told about one of the earliest memories was her mother waking her up, Jocelyn, the king is dead. I guess that was about 1952 or something like that. And on the ship when we went to Australia for the last time when Joss died in Australia, the Queen had died, and they streamed live the funeral on the ship, and Joss really liked that. Her and a few cronies watched this extremely long funeral thing, and and then she died only a matter of a few days, a week or two later, So in some ways there was a connection, but I actually, as a joke, I wrote a song about the Queen Mum. So maybe it's not done to use her name in fun, but everybody loves the Queen Mum. We used to, we'd seen the Queen Mum a couple of times when we were in London. And so I wrote this song, and I think Andrew Dixon did it. And it came back, it was quite good. So, I don't know. I sent it or someone sent it to the Queen Mother herself. And eventually I got a nice letter back from her, written by her secretary, but seemed quite genuine, saying how much she enjoyed it, and it was something unusual, isn't it? I don't think I put that in the Song for Joss. Might have. Anyway, there you are. So, Song for Joss. I have two more songs to mention, and that wasn't one of them. I think I mentioned, I've done Fig. Yeah, I'm not too sure. One of the last songs we did, it might even been the last one, more or less the last one, was one called Fig. Joss woke up one morning and elbowed me and said, Fig. I thought, what, we got a fairly small garden, but it's got a lot of trees and a lot of fruit and all that sort of stuff just up the garden. And she said, I think I know where I can put the fig. And not only that, she said, when it grows up, it'll block out the neighbours, because the neighbours were building a extension at the back, and they could look over into our garden. We gave them permission to do so, but I don't know if it was the right thing. Anyway, so off we went, and we bought this fig tree, and it came home and had to dig this hole, and it was really a lot of clay. It was really hard work. We dug it and planted it and went back upstairs, and I think I included a little bit of us just talking about how tired we were, just sitting there, and I flicked on the phone because my guitar was out, picked it up, and a little tune came to me, and Joss was just talking about the fig, and so I started writing a song about the fig, and that was called Fig. So that's in there. That's the sort of thing, we things happen, and a song comes to mind, or maybe just a mood. I guess so. Another song I wrote was called Bars and Steel Guitars, blatantly sort of country song. And I remember writing that because Joss was working on some sort of extremely boring thing she had to do for university, Marx and Kepler and blah blah. And I said to her something like, oh look, I'm writing something, I'll give you my first sentence, you give me one of your sentences, and I'll see if I can work it into mine, you can see if you can work mine into yours. I did manage to take one of her long convoluted sentences and put it into one of my stories, but she wasn't able to do mine. Mine are sort of not enough gravitas, I think. But anyway, that struck me I should write a song to impress her. But unfortunately, what came up was songs and bars and steel guitars. And I try to pretend that it meant a lot more than it did. With bars and steel guitars, and it was quite bouncy along, quite nice song. That's worth a listen to. Quite a few people like that song. Have I done my 2 songs already? That's pretty good. Yeah, I think that's it. I can say goodbye now. Thank you.
My persimmon, my peach, my plum. Oh, become a little fairy on the tree, plum fairy. Ooh.
With our very best labours, we hid from the neighbours.
Yes, but the avocado won't produce fruit.
La 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 la.
So we call it our Cavalier
La-la-la-dee. And here in New Windsor, we plant some more ginger.
Well, I have got root ginger down there.
Oh, la dee la 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 la. And Jocelyn
Would labour, and then they would savour.
la dee la 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 la. And she planted a fig.
And then it got too big.
Yesterday we went out and dug and we delved and we hacked and we moved all the clay and we took it away. And we made a nice hole for the fig. It's not too big, but we hope it will grow and will hide all the neighbors away.
Yeah. Today.
And then we.
And then you'll say.
She'll say. La dee 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 la 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 la. She planted a fig. She dressed in satin and spoke some Latin and got put on a wig and she planted a fig. Yes, she did.
The
She
antlers of fig.
planted a fig. It cost $38 from Rogers, the 7-foot-tall homosexual man.
No, you can't say that in a song.
I can't say he's homosexual, but I can say he's 7 foot tall and his name is Roger, and I think he charges too much money.
And I think he does some rogering.
Yeah, I'm recording it, there. Yeah, oh God. So tired to make exertions. Oh, we use our labours to block out the neighbours, the very nice neighbours. But we like our own privacy. Yes, we do. I do, Jocelyn and me. Just went and measured a space in the garden and said, beg your pardon, but would you help dig me a hole? A hole for my fig. So we went to Rogers with his pink wheelbarrows. He's 7 foot tall and his hair looks as though it's a wig combed with a twig. And we purchased a fig. We worked for an hour crowbar. The clay, it was harder than coal, but we dug out that hole. Yes, we did. So we sat back, exhausted, but felt quite triumphant as we contemplated the hole that we dug for the fig. It was remarkably big. Oh, and the tree will grow bigger, and one day will tower and block out the neighbors, the very nice neighbors, but they better not steal our figs. They better not steal our figs. Oh, to treasure this triumph, to measure this moment, to celebrate all that we did. We danced a jig when we planted a fig. Yes, to treasure this triumph, to measure this moment, to celebrate all that we did. We danced a jig when we planted a fig. When we planted our fig.
Do they still have bars and steel guitars in heaven? St. Peter, won't you tell me at the gate? And will you tell me if I've got it right? Do the girls all dance on Saturday night? St. Peter, won't you tell me if it's done? Can a guy like me still have a little fun? Well, I guess my short, brutish life is run. Yes, I've had my time now, the setting sun is falling on the long and golden day. I never thought to go out quite this way. St. Peter, can I ask you please to wait? Will you tell me what goes on behind your gate? Do they still have bars and steel guitars in heaven? And will you tell me if I've got it right? Do the girls all dance on Saturday night? Do they still have bars and steel guitars in heaven? Because I've got a feeling there's something to lose. Yes, I've got a feeling that I wouldn't choose to pluck strings on a harp for a to the still have bar.